Now, this time, let's talk about finding the nth term of a geometric sequence. So, para mas maintindihan natin kung paano ba hinahanap yung nawawalang term sa isang geometric sequence, let's consider examples. Okay, so let's have the first example. Find the eighth term of the sequence 3, 6, 12. Okay. So, if meron tayong given na sequence at pinapahanap yung isang ang term, okay, o yung nawawalang term or yung specifically the eighth term, kailangan nating i-double check if it is a geometric sequence, harmonic sequence, arithmetic sequence, and other sequences. Because a formula can be only utilized in a specific sequence, okay, in a specific situation. Okay. So in that case, double check natin kapag or kung geometric sequence yung ating halimbawa. Okay? So, let's have the common ratio first. Or the ratio, kung meron ba siyang common ratio. 6 divided by 3, that is 2. And 12 divided by 6, that is 2. Since we have found out na meron ngang common ratio, then it is a geometric sequence. Okay? Since the common ratio is 2, we can now proceed with the solution. Dahil, okay, kung halimbawang meron tayong formula, okay, so there is a formula in finding the nth term of a geometric sequence. That is a sub n equals a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1. Yan yung formula natin dun sa paghahanap ng nth term, okay? So if the sequence does not have a common ratio, then we cannot utilize this, okay? Hindi natin pwedeng gamitin, since ito na yung latest na formula na napag-usapan, hindi pwedeng yan na parate yung gagamitin mong formula. It depends pa rin dun sa sequence na given. Halimbawa, the title is not indicated here. Okay, find the eighth term of the sequence, kanala. Yeah. Okay, so walang title na nakalagay. Find the eighth term of the sequence 3, 6, 12. You cannot utilize directly this formula since you haven't double-checked yet kung merong common ratio or wala. Kung merong common ratio, then you may utilize this formula. Pero kapag hindi or walang common ratio, then you may have the other formula na napag-usapan or different formula na naaayon doon sa sitwasyon na ibinigay. So in this case, since the sequence has a common ratio, then we can utilize this formula. So yung a sub n natin, that is the nth term. Okay? Yung a sub 1 natin, that is the first term. Okay? Then yung n natin, that is the number of terms. Okay, so let's now determine the given in the situation. Okay, so we have the a sub n. So that is a sub 8. Okay. A sub 1, that is the first term, 3. Okay, yung n natin, that is the number of terms. Ilan ba yung terms dapat? Okay, the 8 terms. So, syempre, meron tayong 8 term. And syempre, our common ratio, which is 2. So, let's now utilize the formula. We have a sub n equals a sub 1 r raised to n minus 1. Okay. So, a sub 8 is equal to the a sub 1, 3 multiplied by yung r natin, that is 2. Okay. Raised to yung n, that is 8 subtracted by 1. So, a sub 8 is equal to 3. 2 raised to 8 minus 1, that is 7. Okay, then a sub 8 is equal to 3 times 2 raised to 7. That is 128. Okay, so yung a sub 8 natin is the product of 3 and 128. 3 times 128, that is 328. 84. Therefore, the eighth term in the sequence is 384. So let's consider the second example. Given the geometric sequence 64, 32, 16, 8, find the seventh term. Okay, so since it is stated already na ito ay geometric sequence, then we can utilize the formula a sub n equals a sub 1 r raised to n minus 1. Okay, so let's now have the given or the needed data in the formula. We have the a sub 1, their common ratio, yung n natin, as syempre yung ating a sub n. So, the first term, that is 64. The common ratio is found by, dividing a term by the preceding term. So, 32 divided by 64, that is 1/2. 16 divided by 32, that is also 1/2. And 8 divided by 16, that is 1/2. So, the common ratio is 1/2. Number of terms natin, hanggang 7th term. So, that is 7. So, yung hinahanap natin, a sub 7 or the 7th term. So, let's now substitute this data in the formula. So, we have a sub 7 equals the first term, that is 64. Okay. Times the common ratio, 1/2 raised to yung n natin, that is 7 subtracted by 1. So, a sub 7, that is still 64 times 1/2 raised to 7 minus 1, that is 6. Okay, then a sub 7, that is 64. Okay, 1/2 raised to 6, that is 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1, that is 1. Then 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, that is 64. Okay, so a sub 7 now is equal to 64 times 1, 64. Then 1 times 64, that is 64. So yung a sub 7 natin, that is 1. Therefore, the seventh term in the geometric sequence 64, 32, 16, 8 is 1. So that is how you're gonna find the nth term of a geometric sequence.